All right, guys, I've got my gorgeous model here, Megan. As you can see, she is stunning. She really doesn't need my help, but you know what? Everybody needs a good facial. So I've got my gloves on, right? We want to be sanitary. So we've hand sanitized, gloved up, hand sanitized again. The first thing we're going to do is double cleanse her. So I am using some gauze, right? You can use gauze or anything disposable. We're going to dip this in a little bit of water and come through and just start wiping down. I'm going to start talking to you guys about what we're going to do for Megan today. So Megan, since you've never had a facial by me, I have kind of a medium pressure, but if you need me to lighten up a little bit, you just let me know, okay? Okay. And if you can put your chin down just a hair, perfect. Is that comfortable enough for you? Okay. So one thing we want to focus on with any facial is massage, right? So we're going to focus in on areas like the eyebrow, right here where you've got your sinus pressure, and really bring this out to the side and then down and out through the lymphatic system. You can do a little ear reflexology, other things, but we are going to pair this with the clinical aspect of doing a chemical peel today, and we're going to make sure she's super comfortable with that. Okay. What we are going to do is a little bit of makeup remover, but we're going to start with first cleanse first. So I've got a little fan brush here, and if you guys will follow me, this is one of my little mini ones. We've got our flow going here. So what happens with the flow is I don't want you guys to be very choppy like this, right? We want to come up the bridge of the nose, down and around, up the bridge of the nose, down and around. You will feather off at the temple to grab a little bit more water, a little bit more product. So what's happening off to the right side of me is I've got my rolling cart with all my goodies, all my professional products. And we're just making sure we have our clean water, all of our brushes. Everything's going to be single-use items today. And we have our little trash pile for everything needed there. And of course, everything to be disinfected will be disinfected, okay? We're gonna work from neck up, but normally I would say work on décolleté as well. That's very, very important. I'm gonna dip my fingers in a little bit of water, grab just a little bit more cleanser here, and we're gonna start massaging this in. So one thing I do not have today are hot towels. That is something that I highly and heavily recommend. So in another video, we'll have to showcase that because I love a good tight face wrap with the hot towels. You can also use steamers and all that good stuff, but there's so much you can do with just your hands, disposable items, and make it an awesome experience. So Megan's got gorgeous skin, but the thing about gorgeous skin is you have to keep it gorgeous, right? You want to make sure that we're working on things like any sort of hormonal acne here, any sort of sun damage or freckles from the sun, although she looks gorgeous with her freckles. We don't want to remove anything like that. But just keeping her youthful and beautiful. How old are you, Miss Megan? You're 20 years old, right?
I am 35.
Oh my gosh. Well, she looks like a teenager, that's for sure. Oh, I disagree with that. We're going to leave this on here, guys, and I'm going to make sure we do a little bit of a molecular water for makeup remover, okay? So if you see this here, this is our molecular water. And important enough, let me get this cap open. This is brand new. So what's important about makeup remover is we don't want to do anything that would be oil-based primarily for eye makeup remover. That is a very important step because anything that's oil-based is going to be very occlusive to the skin, and it will cause areas like milia to occur on the eyelids or up underneath the eyelids. And just leave that there for a moment. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to work on removing cleanse number 1 while this sits. So any makeup remover that's oil-free would be your better option. Otherwise, you're going to be, using lancets and opening up the skin to remove milia, and that's something you want to be concerned with. And just be careful if you're doing that. Okay, so we're removing everything. And this smells nice and fresh. I chose not to do anything with acids in her cleanser because she said she is a little bit more sensitive. And since we're doing a chemical peel anyways, we want to make sure that she's all set, nothing too crazy. Okay, another thing you can do is use a hot towel to remove everything. And another one thing that I do say with clients and with students is we always want to double cleanse, wants to take off all the makeup, dirt, and debris, and wants to actually cleanse the skin. That is very, very important. Okay. So we're gonna let that sit there just a little bit longer. I'm actually gonna add just a little bit more of the molecular water to this area here. There we go. All right. So now we're gonna get into second cleanse. One thing I would add to second cleanse would be a granular scrub of some sort. So mechanical scrubs are different than chemical exfoliation, guys. It is very important because when you do mechanical scrubs, it is going to be more on the surface, okay? Whereas chemical peels go down to the basal layer and start stimulating mitosis of keratinocytes of this alpha hydroxy acid, coming back with this cleanser, or it will stimulate a lot of just dirt and debris activity to move around and tighten those pores if you're using beta hydroxy acid, which would be your salicylic. Okay, we're going to pick up just a little bit more cleanser here, start massaging in. We'll remove her eye makeup in just a minute. Okay. So with your granular exfoliation, what I always say is you want to use something with either medical grade aluminum oxide crystals, which mimics your crystal microdermabrasion, right? That's normally what would be included in that. Whereas if you're using something with enzymes or other scrub material, that's perfectly fine too. But you just want to make sure you're not using anything with apricot kernel shards or anything that's not evenly spaced in terms of the actual granules themselves. I remember an educator coming in and she was talking to the students about doing facials on her clients and actually looking up underneath the little magnifying mirror and doing extractions, and she would pull out little granules of apricot shards from the client's pores. And this is from clients utilizing the scrub that's, over-the-counter versions of it. That's not a good thing. Okay, easy enough. We've got gorgeous little eyelashes, ma'am. Look up at the ceiling for me. Perfect. You feel okay?
I do.
All right, close your eyes. Okay, we're going to start massaging this cleanser in. Nice, medium massage movements. I always say massage is one of those things for estheticians that is very important. And when you're using gloves, you most certainly do not have to, but I highly recommend it. You want to make sure to use nitrile gloves, which are latex-like yet latex-free. Okay, so even just small movements, very nice and small but medium pressure. You never want to do what I call fingertip massaging. It's almost more aggravating than it is relaxing. So let's do a little bit of anatomy overview while we massage here. We'll remove this and move on to the next. So we are kind of working right here on the platysma bands. Platysma right up here. You've got your mentalis on the chin, coming around to the orbicularis oris, which is that broad muscle around the mouth. Then the side muscles here, you've got the masseter and the buccinator muscles, which kind of come right up under here. Your zygomatic bones, major and minor, you've got your zygomatic muscles as well, right there where your cheekbone is. Then your orbicularis oculi would be that big muscle around the eye. Coming up here, you have got your corrugator, your procerus muscle, and then the corrugators on either side. So two corrugators, one procerus muscle there. That's what draws that eyebrow down. And then our big, long frontalis muscle here on the front of the forehead. So always say, as an esthetician, you want to massage all of these areas. Really think about what you're doing. And when we are not cleansing, or we're just doing massage of the neck and the shoulders, arms and hands, we're going to make sure that we massage back here, right? The occipitalis muscle as well. So we'll get to that one. And we will deglove and put on a new pair of gloves also. Okay. So everything needs to always come to the side, kind of let off your pressure a little bit. And if you even want to do facial massage where it just kind of pulls your toxins out of that lymphatic system here. Always pull it to the side, light pressure coming up, and then down and just light pressure away. So many things you can think about when you're doing every step of the facial. So we're gonna dip some gauze in our water here. Come back and we're gonna remove what I would normally do during this section would be a very nice tight face wrap. So I'm gonna remove this, let her lay here and relax, get off some of that dead skin on the lips there. I've got a nice lip scrubbing mask coming. I should actually test that on you later, Miss Megan. Pull that out. Okay. So we're gonna deglove. We're gonna make sure she's good to go. Actually cover her eyes so she can relax a little bit under the bright lights, right? Okay. And we're gonna deglove here. We're going to make sure that we hand sanitize, right? Very important. And I am going to take, for you guys, y'all will take a nice piece of gauze, but I'm going to take a paper towel and create a little butterfly fan here. So I'm going to turn it in half. And I'm going to actually wet either side. And bring that out. And then I'm going to twist it. And we're going to butterfly her a little bit. That'll work for now on it. All right. So there's a couple of different massage mediums you can use. Of course, massage oil, add in all sorts of aromatherapy. But for today, I'm actually going to do some skincare specific, treatment for her massage, which would be the Ferulic Plus C. So let's talk about the benefits of vitamin C while we do a little bit of massage. You okay, girl? Okay. I'm not getting your hair back there, am I? So we'll do a nice massage here and just kind of let her relax a little bit. Lift your head up for me. Perfect. I'm gonna do this and just have you relax. Okay. Here we go. We'll make this work. Here we go. Okay, so when I'm doing a nice massage, work slow and kind of cradle the head in your hand. If she had on a wrap, I would actually dig my entire hand all the way down to the middle of her back and just pull nice and tight up. You can even rock back and forth. And I'll grab a little bit more vitamin C in just a moment. So, vitamin C, there's several benefits, guys. Vitamin C helps to promote collagen. It's actually the only vitamin that synthesizes collagen protein. So, what you want to know about that, you have your vitamins, right? But minerals was the only mineral that synthesizes collagen. That would be copper. So if you ever do a lot of attention to ingredient knowledge, you'll look and see a lot of copper peptides are what's out there for anti-aging and skin tightening. Whereas vitamin C is so heavily popular and heavily used in aesthetics, but we want you to know why. It's also an antioxidant. We're going to grab a little bit more here. So it's perfect for protecting your skin from the sun and giving a little bit of that extra boost. So that's a wonderful thing. Massage here too. Any kind of deep pressure up, guys, is going to help with that lymphatic drainage, as we said, but also with some just nice lifting effects. There's so many things you can do with just massaging and bringing everything up. Very nice. I also love a very good firm eye pillow. That would be a nice thing to place on her in this moment too. Okay. So vitamin C is the only vitamin to synthesize collagen. We said it's also an antioxidant. It also brightens and tightens. A lot of folks use it with their lightening protocols for skin that has hyperpigmentation and people that need a lot of that treatment from sun damage. Then, let's see what else. You also need to know that vitamin C does not pair well with other things. It also helps to neutralize out the effectiveness of free radicals, which is great in many ways, but you don't want to pair it with things like glycolic acid or benzoyl peroxide, retinoids, anything of that nature. You want to make sure vitamin C is used always independently. Okay. So, we're going to really treat some things you have going on. You've got gorgeous skin. You have a little something here that you probably are messed with. I see a little sebaceous hyperplasia there. But yeah, we got you, girl. We got you. What else were you going to say? Well, I'll do my gloves here.
I have a little bit of redness starting in my cheek right here.
Okay.
that I think is like an onset of rosacea. I'd love to figure out how to tackle that. Maybe telangiectasia.
Yes. Telangiectasias, a lot of them just together make up what we know as rosacea. I would say you are far from that, Megan. You're good to go, truly. What you do want to focus on, though, are things like LED light therapy that does help with redness, but one step ahead of that would be our physician-specific laser facials. One thing that I do love are BBL or IPL laser treatments that target what I call reds and browns. So redness, which would be telangiectasias, broken capillaries, whatever you want to call them. And then also browns, so hyperpigmentation, that sort of thing. Laser hair removal of brown and black color, all of that. So laser facials are awesome. Definitely something you would want to incorporate into what we're doing today. And the thing about facial treatments, guys, I'm going to go ahead and remove this, is, look how gorgeous she looks with no makeup on, it's not fair, is you can incorporate peels with laser treatments or microneedling with microdermabrasion treatments. There's so many different things you can do. It just depends on what your scope of practice is, what you can do within your scope in your salon or spa or clinic, what kind of oversight you have, what kind of insurance you have. There's all sorts of things, but knowing about it is very important. Okay, so we're going to do a little customization here, and the first thing we're going to do is do a little brightening molecules for her. That is perfect for the little bit of freckling she's got, because we want to make sure that she's prepped for summer, right? We don't want anything to get darker. We don't want to cause any more hyperpigmentation. As we get older, that can definitely happen, especially for women in our mid-30s like we are, Hormones happen. So I'm actually going to take a little bit of this and massage into your skin. It might tingle just a little bit. I'm going to massage it in with my fingers, with our gloved fingers rather. And this is going to actually be almost like a buffer, but it is 7.5% kojic acid. And what we know about kojic acid is that it helps to brighten the skin. So it might tingle a little bit, it might not. How about that? What you think?
A little tingle.
Little tingle. What we're gonna do for her today is our dew peel, and the dew peel is 40% lactic acid. So I'm not trying to massage this brightened molecules all the way in, just kind of spread it out. Here we go. Okay. Then the dew peel is nice, but I'm gonna make sure you feel comfortable with this, Megan, in regards to the tingle factor. We do not use the word burn, right? We don't say that. So I'm just pulling everything out behind me. And for the camera, this is our dew peel, 40% lactic. So what do we know about lactic acid? It is a type of alpha hydroxy acid. It has a molecular weight of 92. It comes from sour milk, okay? So it is one of those things that creates exfoliation yet hydration for sure. I'm gonna pull out a brand new little brush. These are individually packaged, if you can see that. Cleanliness is important. I'm gonna place this right here so you guys can see. I'm gonna work off this little plate and just make sure we do a nice thin layer. Now, if you wanted to be all aggressive with it, we could wait 1 minute in between. You okay? Mm-hmm. And do it that way. Now, I'm not being as relaxation oriented with the application of this, just for the sheer, purpose of making sure it's put on very quickly. So I can focus in on her comfort level. And I do like applying peels with a brush, I will say. You don't have to. A lot of educators will do this differently. And oftentimes you can also take some petroleum jelly, put around the eyes, put around the nose, create some barriers there, but there should be a place where you finally get away from that and be careful with your application steps, because you do want to get close to around the mouth, get those vertical lip lines, even though she has none, but we are preventing, or get around the crow's feet without getting anything in the eye area, okay? But this is very nice and gel based, so there's nothing too crazy about it in terms of being watery. You okay?
Yeah, it's really good.
Are we on fire?
No, just a light tingle.
Good. Perfect. This one's buffered enough to where I definitely thought it would be a great choice for you, but aggressive enough to where you'll see some good results. Good results. So we're gonna let that sit there for a little bit. Okay, so let's talk about lactic one more time. Lactic exfoliates and hydrates, guys, okay? But another thing you need to know about it is you do need to neutralize it. It's very similar molecular structure to glycolic acid. So, and we'll massage you also while we're doing this and let that sit if that's okay. Get a little bit more ferulic plus C. You don't have to neutralize lactic, but I do encourage it because the molecular weight is 92, okay? The molecular weight of glycolic acid is 76, so it's very similar. And then all the other AHAs go up from there. Try to get a little bit lower for you, Megan. Get up in those little shoulders. Very nice. So when in doubt, and especially if you've never seen the client before, guys, you want to make sure you take care of them in that fashion. You want to make sure that they are not over-processed. Also, when in doubt, apply LED light therapy at the end and all that good stuff. Now, once this peel is done too, I'm going to make sure that I resituate my camera so that you can see the nice arm and hand massage we're going to do for Megan, so she is happy with us after this tingly peel we're doing, right? I'm going to grab my lipid drops here, and we're going to do a little massage on her ears while we let this sit. And then I have my very brand new Lyra mask that's not in its packaging yet, so I won't show y'all that. But it is a very nice hydrating mask which pairs well with this peel. Lipid drops are nice and silky, so it's a perfect massage medium, I will say. So we'll massage you this way. So other modalities you can do in with chemical peels, guys, are microdermabrasion. You can even do more superficial enzymatic peels, then microdermabrate the face, then go into your medium depth peels. Or you can do microdermabrasion first, singing down the skin, then get into your medium depth peels. So there's a couple different steps. And then if you're gonna do some extractions, you will make sure that you take a little Q-tip, take a salicylic peel or a Jesner's solution, and clean up after your extraction. Never leave extractions just open, right? We have a lot of that sebum and a lot of that pus. That is one of my favorite words as an esthetician, although it's kind of a gross word. We don't want that to seep to the next pour over and cause a cluster effect. You know, that's not a good thing. Okay, so hopefully Megan's not upset with me. She feels a lot more relaxed than most moments she would receive a peel, right?
Feeling good.
Feeling good. We're gonna make her so relaxed she forgets about the tingle. Okay, so we'll leave that on for just another minute. We're gonna remove it. We're gonna neutralize it with the molecular water, okay? And then we're gonna apply our mask. And then we're gonna resituate our camera, do a nice massage on arms and hands, which is my favorite part. I'm a big believer when you do massage, you need to move your client around, much like I'm moving around this way. You kind of lift the head, you know, never let the client just lay there. You know, oftentimes that medium pressure and kind of knowing what you're doing, that helps with confidence, and it just plain feels good. So that's always a nice thing. The human touch is a wonderful thing. All right, so I'm gonna scoot my little tray over here a little bit further, dip this in water, and we're gonna start wiping this down. Now, anything that is chemical peel specific, guys, will tingle coming off. AHAs do this very well. Very well, you okay?
I feel it taking off.
Okay. I would love to have you come into the advanced clinics too. You have a little sebaceous hyperplasia right there, and we could ablate that thing away. The interesting thing about the nano peel laser that we do is it is like an accelerated microdermabrasion. It doesn't have to be very deep in micron depth. You could go back to class immediately. Just look a little pink. We do it at the 4 and 6 microns out of 100. Okay, so it's very, very superficial. It's not as terrible as you would think. You would love that. That would actually be perfect. I know. You just let me know. We're gonna wipe her down again. And be very real with us. If you feel very tingly in a specific area, let me know. And I will continue to wipe down to make sure we neutralize you really well.
This wipe down is less tingly than the first.
Good. Good. You have to be a little quicker, guys, with wiping down and getting the peel off the skin and then actually wiping down the skin and neutralizing that piece of it. So I'm quickly getting to that so that she's not feeling some kind of way. Okay. The molecular water in with the peel can kind of smell a little special, but it should help calm you down. Here we go. I'm gonna do a nice hydrating mask. We'll be all set, and we'll do some good serum infusion for you. Some other modalities I love, guys, with facials would be hydrodermabrasion. We do this a lot. One of my favorite treatments we do at the school is something called a hydrotype, where we actually do the first step of the hydrodermabrasion, and then we go right into the radiofrequency skin tightening in the neck and kind of through this area here. And that helps to tighten skin by stimulating fibroblasts, which is really nice. You feeling okay? Then we do a nice antioxidant infusion with our hydrodermabrasion machine, and that is wonderful. Okay, so I'm gonna apply this mask. It's actually a little bit creamier directly to my glove here, just because I do not want to mix my chemical peel solution on my plate here with this. We have a brain brush, and we're going to chili. These kind of things, ladies and gentlemen. Skateboard, right? These long movements are effleurage. Okay. And then we're going to actually, I always say chop the arm, right? Push down this way. And then you're going to do the nice forearm here. Take your thumb and just very nicely and firmly massage right here. A lot of the nerves that come up the arm and into the hands. Ooh, feels so good when you massage that. And I'm gonna make sure, perfect, we got a good angle on this. I wanna make sure y'all see my good hand massages in just a moment. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna make sure we're here. We're gonna do 3-step facial massage, or excuse me, hand massage. So the first thing, we're gonna take our thumbs and we're gonna dig with some pressure into her palms, just like so. That's the easy part, but with pressure is key, okay? So we're digging right in here, where most people have carpal tunnel in their thumbs, right? From typing and texting all day and grading a bunch of online homework, Megan. We're gonna dig in and then out. And then now we're gonna do, this is my son's favorite one. We're gonna shake her out for just a minute. We're gonna do the peace sign. Y'all see my peace sign? 2 fingers here, 2 fingers here, thumbs are free. So I'll show you that one more time. 2 fingers here, 2 fingers here, thumbs are free. We're gonna massage in a crisscross pattern, back and forth, horizontally through the palm. This feels amazing to people and they love this one. And oftentimes people do not spend enough time on the hands. So let's make sure we do that, right? I'm sure after all the computer work we've done. So we're massaging in and out, right through here, circle, circle. And you're gonna make this a good 5 minutes on each arm for a total of 10 minutes. And we're gonna shake her out, okay? Now, I would normally pull her this way, but for the purposes of the camera angle, I'm gonna keep her here. We're gonna spend some time on these fingers, okay? So we're going to take the thumb, massage all the way down, roll it around, grab, let go, massage all the way down, roll it around, grab, let go, massage all the way down, roll it around, grab, let go, massage all the way down, roll it around, grab, let go, massage all the way down, roll it around, massage with some pressure, compressions, then we'll shake her out. Believe it or not, that feels really good. And then you will place a whole hot towel over the entire arm, compressions this way. And if she had on kind of a gown, we could pull up through here and get all of that there. Maybe I can do it a little bit. How's that feel? Do you need a massage?
I do, so bad.
I think we all do, right? So there you have it. There you have it. So I'll meet y'all back on the face and we will wrap this up. Make sure you do both arms, one on one side and one on the other. Okay, guys, so now that Megan is all relaxed and feeling like a noodle, right? That's important. We're gonna grab some water on our gauze here. Normally I would take a hot towel, guys, and do a nice hot towel wrap. We're gonna gently remove our mask off the skin. And it's gonna leave behind a nice hydrating finish, which is a beautiful thing. But I'm gonna finish her off with 3 different specific serums that are gonna target a lot of nourishment to her skin, and her skin's gonna soak it up now. 100%. One thing when you're doing a medium depth peel to this level, even with lactic, is I always say, go home and take a Benadryl if you're a first time client of mine, because you never know how somebody's histamine response is gonna react to chemical peels, okay? And just because someone may or may not get puffy, that's okay. You can get little ears that might get puffy, might be a little red. Take a Benadryl, it'll calm it back down. But she looks completely fine. She'll probably be fine. You know, it's just one of those things you wanna make sure they understand that chemical peels, you're messing with the epithelial tissue. It definitely can happen, especially if you're not just doing superficial. Okay? So are we feeling okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. We're gonna do some of the Super Boost drops first. And Super Boost drops have a specific collagen peptide in there along with hyaluronic acid, which is gonna bind water to her skin. So I'm doing a couple little serum drops, if you can see there, and I'm going to apply. And this smells very watery, very fresh ocean. You know, it dries in very quickly, so that's perfect. And one thing I love about all the peptides that we have infused in our products is peptides help to tighten. So it's not only a very good treatment serum to calm the skin down after a peel, but it helps to tighten skin for just general anti-aging, whereas a lot of times this gel area and basolabial folds will start to droop down for women and men. But as we get older, we want to lift things up. So topically, peptides in 2020 are the ultimate thing that are going to do just that. I'm going to bring that around the eyes. Okay. Gonna let that dry for just a moment. And then we're gonna apply our peptide drops, which are 6 different peptides that tighten the skin from all levels. So if I applied that to her skin just by itself, she would instantaneously feel extremely tight. So sometimes if you don't know what it is, you'll think, ooh, I feel real tight, what's going on? That's a good thing. It's got 6 different peptides in there to give you that tightening effect. Okay, so peptide drops here. We're going to apply this to our gloves. Very nice. And actually just pour just a little bit. Perfect. We'll close that. And we're just going to nice and lightly apply to her skin here. Okay, so other things, guys, that we didn't get into as much, and we'll focus on these and kind of maybe some mini series, would be, you know, your skin analysis or extractions. I need me a grade 3 and 4 acne person for that one. You don't have that many extractions, girl, if any.
I already did the damage.
Oh, to the one, right? But she's gonna be all set now. Also, what else? Facial massage just by itself, right? Facial massage just by itself. That can take a total of 10 entire minutes to do. So I definitely wanted to focus on the chemical peels today. Make sure you'll see that. Okay. Drying, I can already tell it's drying really well. And then we're going to top her off with the lipid drops, which bind a lot of lipid protection, a lot of squalene, which is nice and hydrating to her cells. We did a very nice education yesterday on cellular histology, and the protection of cells is so important. A lot of people don't think about how important that is, but if you, here's the lipid drops, if you strip that lipid barrier by using things that are super alkaline on the skin, or God, what else? If you do a lot of chemical peels, do a ton of chemical peels in a row, people get very chemical happy. I'm all about some really aggressive peels, but at the same time, don't do them more than once a month. If that, and then back up and do your nice superficial stuff and you're good to go. So this is very nice and silky. She's gonna be like a slick little scent thing when she goes to walk out the door, but that's good. You wanna look glowing, like a glowing, gorgeous goddess. Look up to the ceiling for me. Perfect. And close. I'm gonna apply that to the lips. So this makes me feel better that she's going to be good to go. Do you have any lipid drops at home?
No, ma'am.
I might send you home with what else is in this bottle so that you can apply that throughout the rest of the day for the next couple of days. And she looks like a gorgeous, glowing supermodel. That's it. That's what she is. All right. Thank you, Megan. You're awesome. And I hope you'll enjoy this video. And we'll see you soon.